everybody, my name is Jessica Holyfield and I'm a professional dance choreographer and dance educator based out of the southeast of the United States. And we're going to be taking a look at match number 5 of round 8 of D.LEAGUE 2023-2024 season. It is going to be between KOSE 8ROCKS versus Sega Sammy Lux. Now, KOSE has really done a great job over the season of just completely bringing concepts and showcasing breaking in a beautiful way. And so they've always left me pretty inspired to some extent. With Sega Sammy, they definitely have the audience vote on their side, of course, because some of the members are part of Jetboy Bangers. But not only that, I really do appreciate a lot of their concepts, but unfortunately it feels like some of their concepts don't really get as awarded. Not really concepts, I would say their movement quality and their usage of formations, dynamics, and textures, I feel like are a bit underwhelming in the sense of the criteria execution. But also to each their own. There's a reason, I mean, I'm not a judge for them, but I am just an appreciator of movement and other circuits, and this is just going to be a really fun instance of that as well. So without further ado, let's go ahead and check it out. Nice. Wow. That was fun. Okay, so concept is they do have a special performer, and I'm assuming it's the guy in that like lighter khaki type of shirt. It was cool because he definitely carried more of the he reminded me of Nagin a little bit in the sense of like the capoeira, I think that's how you say it, that kind of influence, like Brazilian martial arts influence in some of the tricks, which is super dope. And so it did take it to a very different type of aesthetic with that regard. So I do like the beginning. It's very intriguing. They take it and they're all crawling through. So I know it's supposed to be like all of these individuals are hallucination that only our special dancer can see, which is kind of cool. So I love the little stop motion speed change happening there. I mean, he currently doesn't have, like, you don't really see the kind of tie action. It's very different. But then from there, doesn't it feel? No, he still has that jacket on. So it's so, the lighting is really dope here because it looks like, you know, we have somebody that's lurking in the shadows. Gives a little horror movie vibes, which I like because of the music. But timing is just a smidgen off there. God, I wish it was cleaner, but that was super fun. I love that boom, ding, bump. Really like that choice as well. That was cool where he goes and that little crash there. We didn't quite get to see what that freeze was supposed to finish up, but just the fact they can just graze over a table and freeze out of it, it's just so impressive. The strength is amazing. Right here, do-do-do-do-do, and they all peeked out and appeared out of nowhere. It looks awesome. Now right here, ding, 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 crash, they take it. Nice little add-ons where they kind of adjust the hands and all of the individuals are influencing what choices he's making. Really cool. He takes it, waves it all the way around and down. Really cool to see. They go doom doom, slowly comes up. That right there. See, normally when you see somebody do a dive, they want to do a dive roll. But here it was a dive freeze. It's just little things like that I'm just always impressed by. It's incredible. They take it nice into a little accent freeze and they rotate it around, takes that jacket off, nice and seamless. I'm always a fan whenever you do a costume change on stage. It is seamless, nothing crazy happening. Love that choice, that da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Really like that choice as well. Love it. Love that with the switch out and then they slowly take that torso and move it towards the sky. Love that accent as well. Nice little Indian, I mean, what would I call that little Indian top rock? I don't know. I mean, it's really nice to see, ooh, just all of this is gorgeous. And then having a little peel down right there into a dolphin, bleeding that right into there, super dope. Taking it, allowing little thread action to take place. But also it's just the fluidity of going onto the stomach, rolling it out, slowly coming up out of it. I love that choice where just the commitment whoosh, all the way drop down into a freeze. He comes around. It's just gorgeous the range he has. Really nice seeing the accents of some of those that are a part of this little, what's the word? The, goodness, just think with your brain. Like ripple, kind of? Yeah, a little cannon action. I love the partner work that happened there with the fan kicks. Looks great. They take it, really nice accent happening with the, not really accent, but nice choice of levels where you have somebody extending their leg up and then he takes that arm around. Looks really dope here. Super cool. Takes it, rotates around that bloop, 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 glub, glub, glub. Goodness gracious. Super dope. And then right here, I love that. It does remind me of like a, it's not a tentacle or rolling spider or anything, but something like that. It's just a simple cartwheel. But I do love the levels that are happening where they're all going down. They're dropping low, so it allows a moment for the features, but then they're able to progress that level up, which is super cool. Nice little switch around, a little slide action looks great. Bring it through. Love that prep with that fan cake to come back up. That was super dope too. Just that assist into the chair freeze. Super sick on that. The slides on that, super dope. Golly, that was amazing. So I think, what was it called? Somebody told me what it was called. It's called like a butterfly, I think. Hold on. Okay, did my digging. I've got to go back and look. It's one of like two different things. What he's about to do. Ah, hold on. Go back, go back. That, oh my gosh, hold on. See, I say that. Okay, that looks like either a corkscrew variant or it's a B-twist variant. I think is what that looked like. I really think, but I mean, anyway. I learned more just researching. That's the thing. That's what I love about watching groups like KOSE 8ROCKS is when they do something that I feel like I should know what it's called. It makes me deep dive and try to figure out what exactly is this called, right? So it's just, I feel like I learn more as an educator by watching groups like this because it's like, I appreciate what it is. I appreciate that it is a variant. I just need to know what the fundamental is so I can appreciate what the variant truly is, right? So, but anyway, I love that. Everybody going right there into a freeze and then right here into a head spin. I love it. But notice that they're hitting on the bases. Bah, bah. And then right here, I love that. I love that freeze with the suspension of allowing those legs up above. Super dope. That's a capoeira. That I do know, and I learned that because of Nagin from Street Dance China Season 6. I was really learning a lot about the Brazilian martial art form by watching Nagin, because that is a huge influence. From there, super dope. Once again, it's something similar to what Valuance did in their set of having somebody do a breaking moment and then immediately joining in what everybody else is doing. I love it. From there, I love that was a little Valdez moment. Switching it through. Love that, bringing it up. The little roll down is just super sick. I always appreciate that. Bringing it through, boom, boom, boom. Love the energy on here. That dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. I love this. It's probably one of my favorite things that happen because it's the nonchalantness of the body. But notice that dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee all the way through and just flinging the energy over as a part of the add-on, which is so, that's such a captivating moment and a captivating visual. Very inspiring. I love that. He takes it, and I love the commitment as he drops down. Super dope. Having this now transition into a different ripple. Really great way to feature your dancer, but it's still like collaborative with who you're with. It's super dope. I love that. That boom, da-da-doom, da-da-boom, da-da-doom. Really, really cool. Yeah, really nice top rocks. A little hook action. Da-da-da, da-da-da, and then matching the BPM really, really well. Nice into the hook, so da boom with the switch, and then they take it, bring it around. Here we go. All this right here, I think that's definitely more in that Brazilian martial arts form. They take it, move him around. I love that. Really great showcasing going around him and collaborating with the choices he's making, influence what everybody else does. Looks really cool. Go back in. Nice little strobe light, and they finish. Ding! Really, really cool set from them. I mean, that's... KOSE is one of the groups that for me I was very intrigued on of how they would handle the choreographic league like this, but they have shown up and shown out. Like, it is so captivating watching this group over the matches. So I cannot wait to see them in the future ones for sure, because this was a freaking great round. Let's go ahead and take a look at Sega Sammy. Wow. Woo! This is fun. Nice. Fun. Cool. Okay. I like it. That was nice. Okay, so for this, it did say that this is what they wanted to perform. It was something called CS. I don't know what CS means. If you could let me know, that would be great. 2022-2023 season. So this is like one that they never got to perform, I guess, and now they get to do it, which I think is super dope. So, from the top here, this is great. It actually has like a heavy Michael Jackson influence, it feels, at least in essence. This was cool. Very blurry. Don't know why. Probably just the cinematography of it. Boom, boom. Really loud, that boom. We're not quite being able to see the beauty of that beginning, and that's okay. It did feel like we're doing a lot of choices of allowing the head to kind of dime stop its way through. Yep. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, so they do have a lot of variants where they take the head and it promotes a response in the body. Those little details aren't as clean as I feel like they needed to be. It was a bit of a missed opportunity on the cleanliness side for that. Oh, audience vote. Who would I pick audience vote wise? For me, I know Sega Sammy's probably going to take audience. I would be shocked if they don't. They are probably one of the only groups that I have so much confidence that they're going to get. I would personally, though, I would vote for KOSE 8ROCKS this time. Because of the, I think their musicality. I was a fan of their structure and their musicality for sure. But I do think Sega Sammy is getting audience, which will help them for sure. Now, having this here, I like the bleed up and everybody else a little bit lower. When you have hats, that's something you have to think about is placement of it. So for me, like I have a ball cap, right? But if it was up, or if it was really low, that can influence how it looks whenever I drop my head down or I look side to side. The profile is a little different. So how they wear their hat is going to influence how it can come across. I did mention that I think it was 1 Million's Mega Crew set from Street Man Fighter, where not all the cowboy hats were matching the degree of how it was worn, so it naturally didn't look as clean as it needed to be when you were doing hatography with the head, like bobbling the head and doing that kind of stuff. So all that to say, that's just a little in general note of how they wear their hats does matter whenever you are choosing to do a source of a head ISO or head variant, right? But having this here, I love that little conductor action right there was super nice. I do feel like that very first feature did feel a bit loud in movement compared to the conversational element of the tone of what we were hearing. But we can always subject that to my subjective perspective on how I listen to music and my own cultural background of how I value conversation or tone. I don't want movement to overshadow tone and vice versa. So that's just a very small, minuscule subjective thing. I like that little having that come in. Really nice ticking on that regard. Super fun. I love that. Do different directions. I really like the cat and mouse, like copycat effect of doing more like a ticking wave. Really fun. I like that boom, ding, ding, ding. I really like that choice. This whole sequence was super dope. That was cool too. Boom and boom. Everyone's heads downcast. Very nice and clean. Yeah, the rhinestones are such a vibe too. I think it's such a super cool fit. Right there, boom, notice whenever they do the vibration, that hat was just to go in, super dope. Bringing it around, boom, 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 boom. Now notice some people's heads were a little bit lower, so you don't see as much of a cleanliness with the hats as it could be. It's like a fedora, right? That was super clean too. Boom, boom, I like that choice. Right there into a super nice zigzag wave, looks nice, turning it around, but notice they let the body influence the transition, which was super dope. I like that boom and boom. Super cool seeing that there. Dun, dun, dun. Really nice seeing that as well. Boom with a little walkout. Super cool. Well, actually, hold on. Okay, I had to double check. Yeah, I think that's a walkout that they just did. I don't think it's a... Yeah, I think that was a walkout variant. Yeah, because part of me was like, was that an old man? No, it's not an old man. Anyway, normally when I call something boogaloo, like it's like a boogaloo variation, boogaloo and old man do look similar, so that's a little side note too. But I really love that little accent. I really like that choice, and then having everybody drop down. Notice that everybody was starting the same way, and that's what would have made that very, very captivating, that drop down. Really cool. Switching it through, boom, really nice cannon effect on that. Coming back up, once again, that little vibration effects that they're doing, not as clean and clear as it could be the way they needed to. A good example, Cyber Agent. If you looked at how Cyber Agent did their vibrations for their match of this round, that's a good example of what I was talking about, is a proficient way to do that. But I do like the intention. I like the placement of this though. This is really nice, and it matches the track very well, and it showcases an ebb and flow of meeting different layers of the track, which I really love. Nice speed change. I love that. Boom, boom, bringing it through. Pop, pop. I love a little kick with a roll. That was really nice, bringing it through. Now the variation. Boom, boom, boom. I love the little, this little speed change going through, which is really nice. I like that. Boom, 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 boom. Really cool. Switching it through with the feet, going into a little head ISO. Now, I'm going to make a note about that. Notice that they use the shoulders a little bit more, and that head ISO wasn't as much as a priority, even though that's what they were doing. That drop down here, there was a little too much extra movement for us to really truly see the cleanliness of that head ISO, and the movement looked more so like they had to do that in order to do the head ISO, not a choreographic choice. That's why I'm saying that. So, but from here, I like the choice with the breakout. Really great formation shifts on this. So if anything, I mean, with Sega Sammy, they definitely got formations and levels on their side. They always had that, and they do a fantastic job of showcasing this, and this is such a really dope fit on them too. Great level showcase right here. I love that. Now this could have gone really south really, really fast, but it didn't. Just a bit of a formation check up here. Notice it's a little bit empty on this side, so that would have been something to really refine to make sure that we were more balanced in the front, so we could really appreciate this point in the back. But I really love this. Nice little speed change. Notice some people are catering their weight more towards the heels, and some are just isolating the hips in order to allow the upper body to move. So that would have been something to clarify in the cleanliness of it. But I do like the level choice there. I love this choice. Woo, with the breath there. Super fun. And the hop down, really nice and clean too. He could have crashed that, but he didn't. Looks great. Bringing it through. Love the swipe down. Then having your little group of three, slow little anchor, like an anchor little glide change here. And they're all slowly coming up. Really great way to get them all added back in. One person was just a little bit too early there. Yep. Once again, we have a little vibration effect. Now we're back into what we did before. So I think it's a repeated fingerprint. So that would be my note. I gave Cyber Agent the same note. So that would be something I would just want them to be mindful of here. Spacing was a little bit off over on stage right, but then they got it fixed. No problem. That little whoa, whoa, then we bleed the energy up. Boom, doom, doom, doom. Love that choice. Hitting it through, a little heel toe heel action. Bleeding it through like that as well. Little boom, boom, up. Love that. And he brings it in to the side. Little vibrations that we saw before. Little circle formation. Waving it back in. Now once you have your windows. That was a fun cannon as well. Or that boom boom with the swing out looks really cool, or the lean out. Now this was nice with the butterfly, but also spacing just a smidgen off on stage left. Then he takes it. Now that wasn't as clean on the hinges or the usage of the chest rotation, so, because we did see somebody, you know, take their hand out to make it look like they're controlling, but our guys over here really didn't showcase that as clean, so it was hard to catch that. So that's why it's important to be really clean on those moments in order for us to see whenever somebody is an outlier with their hand. Love that turn through, love that choice. And that right there, I love the extra reverb from our feature in the front. It looks great because everybody else committed to that speed change very effectively, so it made it easier to appreciate your feature in that moment. Slowly moving forward, looks great. Love the usage of letting their hips be at the forefront, but notice their head is not on the same page there. That would have really made that a beautiful finish, but that was just something that just kind of showed they did not really clean their heads as much as I think they needed to for this, for as much as it was in their routine. But I like how they finished it. It looked really, really cool. Now, audience vote. Sega Sammy will get it. When it comes to skill, style, okay, I'll just start with the ones that feel obvious to me. Style, I think KOSE has that. It's really hard. It's really hard to bring to beat groups that have such an authentic style represented. You know, groups like Benefit One, groups like KOSE 8ROCKS, Valuance, DYM, like those are really tough groups to beat in style. Let me see. For creativity, whew, I think both. I mean, both had really nice essence about their stuff, so I would probably tie that for me. I won't really make a decision for that category. Choreography, I would say choreo, I liked both, but I do feel Sega's kind of hung out about right here. They had some really cool level and dynamic choices, but a lot of their movement kind of coasted a little bit, so I think that's why on the skill side, nope, not skill side, choreography side, I'd give it to KOSE. There was more variety of not formations, but I would say just usage of their features, I think was really helpful for them. The skill, I think KOSE also showed more difficult variants of their style they were representing. Imperfection, I think KOSE was cleaner in their variants, because whenever you think about, you know, a lot of the cleanliness things, if they cleaned up those head ISOs, they cleaned up those vibrations and the reverbs, it could be a very different story. But because Sega did not have those things in lockdown for the aesthetic of what they were going for, which is like that crispness effect, you know, of that funk influence, that suave, that could have worked better in their favor, but it didn't. So that's why for me, I think KOSE would have taken my vote personally, and I did like KOSE's set a lot. I probably would have voted for them for audience as well, but Sega Sammy will probably get audience for sure. So I think it's probably going to be, it could be either a 4-2 or a 5-1, not sure, but that would be my personal take for this match specifically. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch. If you want to see more D.LEAGUE, I am working and chugging along, marathoning through these rounds, so I am caught up with everybody so I can hang out and enjoy all the rounds and what they have to offer with you guys. I do have a Patreon that has everything early release like this video, but with D.LEAGUE specifically, I do try to get that one out pretty quickly after I record them in comparison to some of my other content that I schedule out. So if that's something that interests you, if you want to get in on the action of other dance content that I have, Patreon's a really great way to get early access to it. But in D.LEAGUE, if you're just fine with hanging out on D.LEAGUE, YouTube's the best place. Once again, my name is Jess. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch, and I will catch you on the flip side. Bye.